This story brought to you by Common Cause in Connecticut, urging the legislature and governor to take immediate action on campaign finance reform. Watch the ad at the end of this story to learn more.
Michael Fedele is the current lieutenant governor and a Republican gubernatorial candidate. As an immigrant who arrived from Italy with his family when he was only 3, Fedele was raised and educated in Connecticut. Aside from his political experience, he is the founder of Pinnacle Group, a successful IT firm. Fedele spoke to us about his family, his business experience, and his campaign for governor.
People are always very surprised to learn that I'm an immigrant, that I came to this country when I was 3 years old and have lived here now for 52 years. My family and I landed in Stanford. And I bring that out because there are so many great values around that family, about our tradition, that made me the person that I am, and values that I've brought forward not only in my personal life, in my business, but here in government.
Fedele tells us why he is the best candidate for governor and how he has organized his political abilities around something he calls the 3 C's: competency, courage, and character.
I'm the only candidate that's running for governor on both the Republican and the Democratic side, because we're doing this before a primary, that brings 26 years of business, private sector business experience. I know what it takes to make a payroll. I have a national company that I've grown from day one. I know what it takes to be competitive to other states. I'm the only candidate that brings that. I'm the only candidate that brings legislative experience. I know day one where to start looking for things and what to do. I know the personalities, the egos, the organizations that we have to work through. There is no other candidate that brings those 2 things to the table.
There is a lighter side to Fedele. He enjoys a good book, his family, and a particular baseball team in the Bronx.
See, family is very important to me, so I love spending time with family. I'm a big baseball fan. I'm going to get myself in trouble in Hartford. I'm a Yankee fan, coming from our part of the state. You know, I enjoy watching baseball. Unfortunately, I haven't had much time to do that with the campaigning and also being lieutenant governor, which is kind of interesting. I tease my other fellow candidates who are running for governor that I'm the only guy that actually has 2 jobs like most Connecticut families. I'm the lieutenant governor and also running as a candidate. Most of the other guys are either independently wealthy or have taken leaves of absences.
When we asked Fedele how he would specifically solve the $3.4 billion budget deficit, he told us this is another advantage he has over the other candidates.
Well, you see, that's the difference. I've looked at the budget. I know where things are going to be need to be looked at, need to be cut. We need to look at each line item. We have to ask ourselves, is this something that we need? If it is there a better way of doing it? If it's something we don't need, let's get rid of it. You know, in government too often we put programs in place, we never go back to see if they're working, and we continue to feed the monster. We'll look at the biggest pies of government too, the social services side, the human services side.
According to Fedele, the right thing to do to turn the state around is not going to be the popular thing.
I'm not concerned about the next election. I'm not concerned about the popularity, because if the next governor does the right things for the state, they're not going to be popular. They're not going to be concerned about polls. And I'm willing to put that all up there, because to me it's more important to making sure we set the right course for the state than worried about the right course for Mike Fedele.
For localonlinenews.tv and ctnewsjunkie.com, I'm Teresa Freeman.
Are we really going back here? Really? A recent court ruling forces us to fix the Connecticut Clean Election Program to keep special interests from dominating elections. But we don't have much time. The General Assembly and the governor must fix the law before August 10th to save the program for future elections.
We created one of the strongest campaign financing laws in the country. It works really well.
The people of Connecticut worked too hard and too long to see this victory happen for us to take a step backwards now.
Governor Rell said,
"This law made Connecticut a model for the rest of the nation, but it may expire if we do not act. I believe it is worth saving."
We can't have government bought and paid for by special interests. Connecticut needs government of, by, and for the people.